Good evening to everybody, to the participants of the JCJ 2022 main examination. After the gap of 1 or 2 days, then we are resuming today the classes. Yes, please read what I posted on the screen. Anyone can unmute and read what I posted on the screen.
The Registration Act 1908.
Welcome to my online classes to the aspirant of the JCJ 2022 main examination and the Registration Act of 1908. I am in the online class. Later I will speak to you. That is the way that you have to read, not the Registration Act only is written over there. Is it clear? Say yes. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. So now
Yes, sir,
let us start my class without wasting the time. Any doubt? Shall I proceed? Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Shall I proceed?
No doubt.
But why you are making the disturbance?
Yes, sir.
See, I told you if I could get a small disturbance also, my hands are handcuffed, my tongue is tied, my legs are fettered. I cannot go further. Shall I proceed? Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So the Registration Act of 1908, this is that which I am going to deal. Let us see what is the overall view of the Registration Act. 1908 was set up with the purpose of ensuring the registration of the documents and all the important information regarding the land and other immovable property. Having a document registered can add more authenticity to a document. Why you need a registration? Anyone? If you don't know, you say pass on. Don't waste the time.
To secure from the people and for the government rights.
To make any transaction as a legal transaction, which can be a relevant document in the court of law also. See, it is here written. Registered can add more authenticity, genuineness. In other words, pakka. You know pakka? Pakka document. Say the spelling.
PACCA. Patta documents. PATTA.
Not patta, I say. I say pakka. P-U
PACCA.
RKA or CCA. Which one is? Pakka is a South Korean media franchise. Of course, it is a Japanese. But pakka in the sense, not kacha. In our terminology, pakka document means genuine documents and correct documents and legal documents. Not the kacha document. Okay? Okay, that is the genuineness that we will make it out. Objective of the Registration Act is, what is the objective? Number one, read anyone, unmute and read.
The Registration Act of 1908 was set up with the purpose of enforcement, the registration of documents and all the important information regarding land or other immovable property.
Which one that you
Having a
read?
document.
I say
Overview
objective of the Registration Act, number one.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. Registration of a document ensures proper preservation and record of such document.
Yes. A registration of a document is essential because it ensures the proper way of keeping and authentic and genuineness and preservation and the maintaining the record. That's why registration is must. Second is document that are required to be registered act as valid evidence in a court of law. Yes, the document be a relevant document or a valid document, it can be used as a proof. In addition to that, The government also get the revenue in the form of in the form of in the form of. If you don't know, you say pass on.
Pass on.
Stamp duty. I already discussed it in the last class. And the Stamp Act is Fiscal Act, Fiscal Statute, means revenue earning statute. So number third, a registered document assists in the prevention of the fraud. Once it is registered, nobody could make any fraud. But nowadays, especially the estate agents, only one plot registering for the many people. Is it clear? Clear? Why? Are you not hearing me? I think there is
No,
no
sir.
sound. I think that's why that
No,
you are
sir.
not giving the answer. Okay, it will be resumed. Don't
Yes,
worry.
yes,
Yeah,
sir.
now it is resumed. That's why you did not get the answer. So again, I repeat the same thing. The registered document assists in the prevention of the fraud. Nobody could make the fraud if it is registered. Otherwise, no. Many people will register the same plot to the many people. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Making using their own tactics. And hence, whenever you are purchasing any land, or better it should be published in the newspaper, local newspaper, in the local language. If anybody is having any right over the property, or if any other thing, legal obligations are there, or the other things, better either you refer to me, contact my advocate. Did you see such a notification? Say yes or no. Did you see such a notification? Participants, did you see such a notification? Yes or no, you tell me. Or pass on. Give me the answer. Aksha, answer me. If any person wants to sell any property, or if any person wants to buy any property, that is a land or the house, they will publish in the newspaper stating that if anyone is having an illegal claim over this property, should have to contact my advocate within stipulated time. Did you see such a notification in the local newspaper or not? Give me the answer. Please reply.
Pass on, sir.
Did you understand my question?
Sorry, sir. I was getting a call. I did not heard properly.
What is the purpose of my class if you don't understand anything? Is it the first time that you are hearing me?
No, sir. Already I heard 3 to 4 classes.
I asked the question, if any person wants to buy any property, especially the land or the house, they have to issue a notification in the newspaper stating that if anyone is having the legal claim over the property, they have to contact my advocate. Such a notification did you see in the local newspaper or not?
I saw, sir. But
There are many times it will come. so plot, so place, and area, worth, survey number, and so, that is going to be sold, and I'm going to purchase it. If anybody is having any claim over there, yes, you can make and contact my advocate number, and something will be given over there. Why? To avoid any legal complication further. So, fourth, Registration Act gives the people information regarding the legal rights and obligations arising or affecting the particular property. So, if anybody is having the legal right over the property which is going to be sold again, then they can make an objection. If not, it will be deemed to be a registered property and they cannot have any right to claim because they will put the notification in the court if anybody make any objection. Okay, documents that are compulsorily registrable. Which document could be registrable? Suppose if you are going to purchase a mobile property, because a mobile property could be registered? Whether the mobile property could be registered. See, I taught Transfer Property Act.
No.
They said those whose worth is more than 100 rupees and such things should be registered. That is actually law says. But now, if you buy a good basmati rice and the cost is 172 or 150, not less than. So can you make an agreement? Certain properties you should have to be registered, even though they are the mobile property. Example, if you don't know, you say pass on. I will give the answer. Don't waste the time. Yes? Say pass on. Participants. I don't know why, because my voice is audible to you. I could know the signals are here. But you are not giving the reply to my question. Gausia.
Sir, pass on, sir.
Simple thing. When you purchase a car, would you go for the registration or not?
Yes, sir. We'll go for registration.
Registration.
But why a simple question I asked you, why you are not giving the answer? Some worth things should be registered because it actually says, even a Motor Vehicle Act says, an act or statute says it should be registered. And when you make the mortgage, better it should be registered. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. So those are the things. Certain documents are compulsory, registrations are there. Any doubt? Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir. No doubt,
Good.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So now the documents that are compulsory registrable, there are certain documents that are compulsory registrable. Section 17 of the Registration Act 1908 lays down all the documents which are compulsorily required to be registered, and those documents are, what is this after R, this symbol? What is this R which I highlighted on the symbol on the screen? I asked the question. Sir, what is the question, sir? Yes?
Stolen, sir.
But why you are taking so much time? Good, I appreciate. So, instrument that of the gift of immobile property. A gift all there, you should be registered, but only the stamp duty is less because there is no consideration. Only love and affection is the consideration. Number two, leases of immovable property from year to year or any time frame exceeding 1 year. If a long period leases are there, that should be registered. Yes, anybody from Khammam in the participant? There is a Lakaram Cheru is there. It is 99 years lease. Is it clear? Say yes or no. Sir, we don't know. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
I asked the question, but nobody has given. Even you don't know, it says a pass on. I will give the answer. That's why it gives the sense to me that you are with me. Otherwise, I think that you are not getting my voice. Okay. Non-testamentary instrument which acknowledges the payment of any consideration. So, if any testamentary is there, better it should be the registered. And testamentary instrument which are transferring or assigning a decree or order of the court, yes, even that also be a registered. So that will be a quite good idea for certain documents. And in my view, every transaction should be put it in a writing form. And preferably, when the cost is more, it should be registered. Even there is no necessity also. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Documents in which registration is optional. All the documents that are not included in the section 17 of the Registration Act 1908 have been option of the optional registration. Some example would be will or instrument related to the movable properties. So, if you happen to see section 17, you will know the entire, I think I made the Registration Act, Bare Act. No, I did not make it out. Okay, now you can see it. The Registration Act 1908. Okay. See, this is the Registration Act 1908. Of course, it's a PDF now, it takes a little time. So if you happen to see the section 17 here, I am scrolling down so that you could have an idea. Did you see that now, section 17? Did you see the section 17 on the screen? Say yes.
Yes, sir.
So here it is given, documents of which registration is compulsory. Subsection 1, the following documents shall be registered if the property of which they relate to situate in a district in which and if they have been executed on or after the date on which Act number 16 of 1864, the Indian Registration Act of 1866, or the Indian Registration Act of 1871, or the Indian Registration Act of 1877, or the Act came or comes into the force, namely. So they are given A, B, C, D, E. Of course, here 1, capital A, then subsection 2. So they have given what are the documents should be there which should be registered. For instance, you take any grant of immovable property by the government. Better it should be. It should be. Sir, we don't
Registered.
know. A simple answer, it is registered. Welcome, Arunath. So here it
Yes,
is
sir.
given under section 17 of the Registration Act what document should be registered. So other than that means not necessarily registered, but to avoid the further complication, any transaction should be registered. Is it clear?
Yes.
At least stamp duty or at least notary, at least last resort.
No, notary is not valid.
No, for a transaction which are not necessarily registerable.
But tomorrow, if the matter goes to the court of law, that notary is not valid anymore.
That is the way generally say every transaction which is the high cost of it should be registered, even though act is silent.
No, any amount which is more than 100 rupees has to be registered.
That is your basmati rice also more than 100 rupees now.
Sir, that is consumer, sir.
You are not present. I told already that that word.
Acha.
Because I saw that you joined, then I say, okay, admit. Then I made it. Okay. So, what is the effect of registration? Simple thing.
It has
When you
legal
say
validity.
object, in the object we have studied, what we studied, authenticity of a document can be used as a proof in the court, and once it is effectively there, Section 47 and 48 of the Registration Act 1908 notifies the effect of the registration of document. So the effect of registration are small bullet. Section 47 of the Act states that a registered document shall operate from the time it would have normally operated if there was no provision or procedure of registration. So the effect means it will be operate. Yes, Venunath.
Yeah, one.
Do you want to say
Actually, I've
anything?
wrapped one from my mobile also.
Because you 2 times you joined, I said, first time you joined, I say admitted. Again you joined, I say admitted. So, Section 47 of the Act states that a registered document shall operate from the time it would have normally operated if there was no provision or procedure for the registration. Even there is no provision for the registration. Suppose if you made the registration, whether the government will not register it?
Still register.
Yes.
Still register.
A mortgage deed, a lease deed, I want to register. Will the government say not necessary?
No, as
Answer
per the
clearly
registration
written.
of-
It is more than 1 year lease would be there, it should be registered.
Yes.
Section
If it is
48.
11,
Yes.
if it is 11 months, the registration is not required as per the.
Yes. That's why I told you, no. More than 1 year, the lease period would be there. At the time, it should be registered. Not the agreement of the rental agreement will be registered.
Yes, sir.
The rental agreement generally it is 11 months only. 1 month
but,
notice should be given,
Hmm.
and every renewal, how much the percentage of increase? 5%, 10%.
That depends from
Party to the party.
party. There is no specific
Yeah,
amount.
there is no specific certain things are there. Section 48 states that all non-testimony documents which are duly registered under this Act and relating to any movable or immovable property will take effect against any oral document relating to such a document unless where the agreement has been accompanied by the delivery of the possession. Especially, there is a saying, is there common law saying? What is that saying, common law saying? Possession is
Important.
99% ownership. Am I right? That is a common law doctrine. Is it clear?
Yes.
So, in case you got the possession of the house, but the registry is not made, but the part payment is over, and we discussed this thing, he cannot sell the property to other person. When he is ready to pay the rest of the amount and make the specific performance of the contract. That means the later part of the amount will be paid at the time of the registration. So that is the point where it can be done. So, effect of non-registration. Section 49 of the Registration Act 1908 states the effects of the non-registration of document that are required to be registered. The effect are, number one, non-registration of a deed of adoption shall not grant any power to adopt. What adoption? The same adoption of the children.
No. It's not
Then
about.
what is this adoption?
It's about a document.
Yes?
Mortgage. It can be pledge. It can be charge.
Okay.
These are adoption.
But when you say these are all the actionable claims,
Even mortgage also, it's a claim only.
yes, better it should be registered. Even a mortgage or a lease for a longer period.
Yes.
So a document required to be registered, which is not registered, cannot be taken as evidence for the creation of any right, duty, or liability of the immobile property. The document simply becomes useless. Suppose if I get you in writing only on white paper that I am giving this house to my elder daughter and this house to the another house to the younger daughter on white paper, is it a valid? Excuse me. Answer is you have to authentify the document. That means you have to register it on the name of whom. Suppose if you are giving to your daughter, then you can say it's a gift deed you can meet. When you make the gift deed, the stamp duty is less. How much the stamp duty Venunath for the gift deed? How much percentage for the gift deed?
6%. 6%.
If other deed like sale deed,
And I don't know about other. I don't know about other deeds, other states, but in Maharashtra, I know.
does it vary from the state to state?
Yes. State to state, it varies.
Okay. Howsia, did you have an idea? What about in Andhra? Howsia, are you present?
Sir, yes, sir.
But why you are not giving answer?
Sir, I didn't listen, sir. Sir, can you please repeat the question, sir?
Tomorrow you find out and give me the answer.
Sir.
Good. For gift deed, what is the percentage? For sale deed, how much of a stamp duty?
For
Okay.
gift deed is always less than the sale deed.
No, that is obvious factor. That is an obvious factor.
Yeah. In
In
Maharashtra, it
Andhra
is 6.
also the same thing, sir.
Same thing. Never it will be there. Same thing.
No, it is
Gift
both
deed
are
is
different.
less than sale deed, sir. The percentage of
No, that is obvious factor.
amount.
Huh? Elder brother age is more than the younger brother. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, here, no registration of a deed of adoption, such a thing, not grant any power to adopt. A document required to be registered, which is not registered, cannot be taken as evidence, and the creation of such a right duty will not be there, and liability of the immobile property. The document simply becomes a useless. If anybody wants to give the gift deed a Taj Mahal, could you accept it?
No,
Why?
that is it is a public property, not private property.
It is the archaeological
property.
department or the endowment department.
Yeah. Archaeological department.
Yeah, because it is a wonder of the world, no? Generally, they will give to the archaeological department to say
The 7
that.
wonders of the world.
Yeah. So, you cannot do it unless until that you are the owner of the a particular property to which that you either you are giving in a sale deed or giving a gift deed. But you will be the sole owner of that property. Otherwise, you cannot do so, nor such a thing will be taken into consideration when there is no registration. So where a document is not registered, then in such a condition, it cannot be allowed to affect an immovable property which the document comprises, and it cannot be received as evidence of any form of transaction that is affecting such a property. So here they say a document is not registered, and at the time the court will not consider it as a valid one, and especially for the immovable property is concerned. There should be some evidence should be there for the transaction affecting such a property. Suppose if you are staying in a house and the lease period is over, here agreement, but understanding is there, you are continuing it. At that instance, all of a sudden, a house owner could not say that you vacate the house.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. Yes. Correct.
As per the norms are concerned, at least 1 month notice should be given.
Yes. But there is a Supreme Court ruling
Yeah.
which says that if the tenant is paying the rent regularly,
Yeah, he is paying a regular rent, that to be 2 days before the 1 month.
yeah. There's a saying, if the tenant is paying the rent regularly, and if the owner wants to vacate that premises, he should give a valid reason to ask the tenant to vacate the premises. But if a person is from the defense background, if the owner is a defense person, he can tell he can ask the tenant to vacate at any point of time. There's a provision in that.
So
That's
people
only for the
know,
defense personnel.
people those are staying in the foreign country or NRI and other people, they say, let the flat will be vacant, but we don't want to
Yes.
give for the rent.
Yes. That is the reason.
Eh? Doesn't
That only
matter.
one provision is there. Only one provision for the defense personnel is that if I'm a defense guy, if I give my property on lease, I can tell the tenant to vacate at any point of time. He
Okay.
cannot say no, because I am from a defense person. I keep moving from one location to other location, from one regiment to other regiment. So
Okay.
I have all the right. I have the privilege being a defense person.
Okay.
That provision is there in the law.
But generally, what the people do know, my daughter marriage is there, the house should be needed.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
So, of course, when my daughter marriage is there, I told them, no, let them stay. What is there? Doesn't make any difference. So they stayed after some time, of course, they vacated it because they don't want to go. So that is the point which I want to say. So with that valid reason, they can make it out. So time limit for the presentation of a document for registration. So number 1, a document other than a will must be presented for registration within 4 months of its execution.
Yes.
So that is the limitation. Whether any change is there for this limitation?
No.
The same will holds good now.
Yeah. But normally it is said the day when you give the property on lease, 1 day prior you do your registration, give the property on lease.
Yes. And next is section 24. It clearly said when one document is executed by more than one person and the execution took place at different dates, then in that case, such document must be presented for registration within 4 months before the date of each execution.
Execution. It's one and the same. A and 1 and 2 same, but the difference in that meaning. That's all.
There, the section 24 is made over there.
Yes.
Because the section 24 says what are the documents should be registered.
Yes.
So that's why they made the clarity over here. The third point
Why
is,
they made that? If
Yeah.
you look into the point 1, a document other than a will.
yeah,
Now the question is,
other than the will must be
registered
presented.
immediately.
Yeah,
The will should be immediately registered. You cannot wait for 4 months.
yes. That's why they say a document other than the will must be presented for registration within 4 months of its execution.
Yes.
So, and because we already discussed it, if that 4 wills are there, which will prevail?
No, you cannot have 4 wills. You will have only one will, but whenever you do an amendment, that is called a proceeding. So that the last one will be a valid one. You keep on amending. Let's say today I make a will. I have 10 properties in this will. I
Okay.
have given to my son. I give it to my
Okay.
son. After 6 months, I make another proceeding. I will not
Okay.
make a will. It's an amendment to that will. It's an
Okay.
extension of that will. So in that, I will write another 2 properties added. Now, earlier I was given all 10 properties to my son. Now, out of that, I'll give 6 properties to my son and 6 properties to my wife. So the
Okay.
proceeding, which is of 6 months, that is valid. The earlier one is the will stands good for all the 10 properties. But
Okay.
the amendment made in the subsequent will, that stands for the entire will. You cannot make 4 wills. You have to make only one will. Then you have to make all co-deals and all these things.
Okay. Okay. One will is made. The
Yeah.
property is sold by the testator.
Yes.
Then
Then you have to delete it from the will. Next time when you make
valid
mistake,
is no more.
yeah,
The
you have
will,
to delete it.
the will will be extinguished.
Extinguish. Yeah.
So, when a document is executed outside the territory of India, then in that case, the document must be registered in India.
Yes.
What about the marriages if they are done in the outside of the India?
Foreign Marriage Act. In the
Embassy will endorse it.
consulate.
Consulate will endorse it.
Yes.
So,
Even
is-
you can do the you can, if you want the notary to be done.
okay,
If a person staying in US,
okay,
if I'm staying in India, I can do the notary in India. I
okay,
can do it notarized in India.
okay,
But how can a person staying in US do notary in India? He cannot do notary in India. So he
okay,
has to go to the embassy of India, get it notarized from there, stating
right.
that this document is registered with the Indian embassy on so and so date. So it is as good as a legal document done as a notary in India.
Okay. Even a certificate also, suppose if you have taken a certificate, a doctorate from one country, university, you can also get a authentication from the All
Ministry
India
for External Affairs.
University. There is an organization, the All India Universities Association, something is there.
Example, I have done all my registration from all my certificates.
Yeah,
What I've done is that if I want to go abroad for any job,
yeah,
I have to take a letter from each university that this degree is been given by so and so university. They give
okay,
that letter. The university will give a letter if you pay a rupees of 500 rupees something.
okay,
Then that letter along with your degree certificate has to go to the passport office, Ministry for
okay.
External Affairs.
But
Hello?
people will take the transcripts also, no, from the universities.
Yeah, that letter has to go, that letter and the certificate has to go to Ministry of External Affairs. Then they will do the endorsing.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
this certificate is issued by so and so.
Is
Because
it
they have
genuine?
list of universities. No. Each like in for Telangana you have in Hyderabad passport office near this Paradise.
Oh.
For
No,
Bombay we
now
have
it
in
is shifted. See, if you want to see that your certificate should be authenticated, first GAD should be there, General
yeah, Government of
Administration.
India. That is in Secretariat.
Okay, okay. Now it
Secretariat.
is changed to the Burgula Ramarao building. Now because secretary is
Yeah.
collapsed, no.
Hmm.
So that is the reason that we'll make it out. We have to go and make the endorsement from the other places. And once it is done, then they will go to the External Affairs Minister also.
Yes.
And there it will be endorsed. So
Because most of my
even
degrees
a
are from
certificate also
Hyderabad.
could be get registered by a particular authentic organization. So that is very important factor. So the limits are mandatory, but in case there is a delay on behalf of the court regarding the registration or the re-registration of a document, then in that case the limits are disregarded. Of course, limits are there, then one should have to do it. Suppose if they did not do in the within a limit time, do they pay the condonation penalty?
Like example, I'll tell about this what you call pledge. When you pledge
Okay.
or when you take any property on behalf of the company's name,
Okay.
as per the Companies Act, you have 6 months time.
Acha.
And if you don't register within the 6 months time, there's an additional fee of 5,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees
Can we show
then
the
one
reason?
You have to give some reason.
Uh-huh.
Then after that you cannot. After that you cannot do any registration.
Okay.
The maximum is 7-8 months something it is that. After you cannot do.
Okay.
The
Okay.
Companies Act.
So the limitation should be there, and within that we can make it out. In some places it will be disregarded.
Yes.
So the article shows that highlights the importance of the registration and the payment of the stamp duty. And these two processes make a document much more authentic and allow them to function smoothly without any hindrance, because stamp duty shows how much amount that you have to pay, and from that the registration could be undertaken.
Yes.
And all the essential amendments show that importance of the registering the payment of the stamp duty for a document. So
Yes.
registration and stamp duty go together. Am I right?
Yes, both are two different. Stamp duty is different and registration is different. Stamp duty is done according to the valuation of the property and to the particular area or to a particular movable or immovable. And registration fees is common. Normally, it is common for all these things.
Now you tell me, what is the theory and what is the practice?
Without stamp duty, no registration. Without registration, no stamp duty. Both are interrelated.
See, I purchased my flat in Hyderabad.
Yes.
We paid the more amount.
You can
We
ask for
wrote in
refund.
the registration less amount.
Oh.
Because according to that area, how much the worth would be there, it will be calculated.
Yes.
And that
is
the
market
stamp
value.
duty should be paid.
Yes.
So if you happen to see my flat is at least 46 lakhs, some 50,000. But when it comes to the matter of it, no, some 30 or 32 or 33 it has come.
Oh. So
And
when you
the
sell it
registration
tomorrow,
I'm speaking about.
So better thing is that either you go and get it, the difference amount pay and get yourself registered, or else tomorrow when you go to sell your property,
Yeah.
then they'll charge you penalty, interest, everything. All these things will
Okay.
happen. So better go and pay that thing and get it sorted out once and for all.
Oh, because they say they take the government value at a particular area,
Yes.
and that will fluctuate from time to time.
No, it will not fluctuate from time to time.
Uh-huh.
It will increase from time to time. It will never decrease.
It will not be lessened, it will be increased only.
Increase. Because the property value keeps on increasing.
Yes.
It will never decrease, property value. So
Then
once
what
the
about
property
the
value
gold?
increase,
What about the gold?
Gold, who's going to do registration? You're not going to trade.
Okay.
For gold, you get insurance. For gold, you get insurance. But for gold, you cannot do registration.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the things would be there where the Registration Act will say, and still we do have some 10 minutes in our hand, and if you just see the salient features of the Stamp Act, this Act says clearly how many sections are there in the Act. If you scroll down, there are 92 repealed, 93 repealed, and schedule also repealed. Then, so we can say total 93 sections and schedule also repealed, but the Act number is 16 of 1908. Of course, now the Act extend to of course, this is removed already. The Act may be called.
Whole of India.
Yes. It extends to the whole India except state of Jammu and Kashmir. I think this will not be applicable now.
No, this is not the.
Yeah.
This is the old
Yeah,
format.
that is the old version. But when they load in the website, domain, they have to delete it actually. So definitions they have given. Of course, when the amendment would be there, they clearly mention this is removed or this is deleted, this is kept over there. So all sections are there in the definitions are there in the section 2, which says about the definitions. And whenever the Indian omitted by Act 1945 of the 1969, earlier it is say the Indian Stamp Registration Act, but now they removed the thing. Now there is not, the Indian Registration Act is not there. It is the only
But
Registration Act.
earlier it was Britishers. That's why they made it clearly Indian registration.
Now,
Now
because
we
of
have
already there India, now India is removed over there. In 1969, they have given it here very much clear.
I have one question to the participants. If they
Yes,
can look into the
please ask.
we have many laws prior to independence.
Yes.
Now, where in Constitution it is said that all the acts which are made prior to independence are
Holds good.
are valid, holds good today also. Which article says that?
Yeah, it is there. It is clearly mentioned in that. Participants,
Now, let them to
MCQ
tell
question.
tomorrow.
Already we discussed this thing. Is it the 56 article or 53 article? Participants.
Let them search tomorrow and tell. There's nothing hurry.
Anyway, that because I already taught also this thing. We discussed this thing. And if you happen to see in the Tanzania, there is one act is clearly meant, Jala, we'll say, Jala. Means we directly adapted it and we can use it and it's valid.
Okay.
Yeah, that because I was teaching over there, no, we will use this wording. But here, let me check it because Google Mata is there, no, why should I to worry?
People, sir,
Okay, participants.
They should read the Constitution of India if they want to be good lawyers.
Yes. Participants, say Pasan.
I think no participant wants to answer.
Even whether they are present.
Only one lady always answers.
Gausia told at least Pasan. Others are very silent. Yaksha, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Very good. What about I don't know how, so much big word, Bhagwati Chandra.
Chandrasekhar LLB.
Okay. Say Pasan. Sir, we did not know what is the question. Did you know what is the question? Still 5 minutes are there. Automatically it will wind up. 5 minutes are left. The question is, which article in the Constitution clearly mentions whatever the enactments are there in the Britishers, that also holds good? Which article says?
53, sir.
Yes?
Article 53.
Verunath, give your comment.
Yes, what does it say? Article 50, what does it say? Let's read it.
Even myself also I quoted it. Because of my old memory, of course, recaption I made it. Because somewhere I read it like that. Is it true? Article 53 says.
No, Article 50, it says about the Constitution of India, 1949. The executive powers of the Union.
Which article says then?
Nothing in this article should be deemed to be transferred. This is different, what she's saying.
No, which article will say? Now you give me the answer.
No, sir, question diya unko pura padhne de, sir. I don't like to give shortcut answers. Let them study and come tomorrow morning.
Okay, you come with the answer tomorrow morning. With this, that I would like to wind up today's class because at any time it is going to be stopped. And tomorrow that I would like to deal. Of course, I will notify in the early hours tomorrow what I am going to deal it. And I don't know whether the other participants are ready or not. Yes, please. Give the answer. Please give me the answer because you said something. That's why I stopped it.
Sir, for last 10 minutes, leave for asking doubts, sir. For every class, last 10 minutes must be,
even doubts you can ask in the middle also.
Clearance of doubts.
Otherwise, no, doubts are many. Doubts are innumerable. When the time left over there, then you can do such a thing. Or the doubts are there, then you can send me the text. The next class that we will make it out.
Okay, sir.
Because We did not learn many things, and hence we do have many doubts. When you learn much things, we have the less doubts. When you read the total, we have the less doubts. When you don't read it, we do have the more doubts. So read more, then doubt less. Am I right?
Yeah. So they got the answers, they didn't get the answer till now.
See, the thing which comes easy and goes easy. The thing which comes with the hard work, it never go last early. So that is the best method. We have to make it out. Try and perspire yourself and get the answer. Then at the beyond it, if you could not know it, then at the time you could make it out. Otherwise, it's not so easy thing.
Learning should be done continuously.
Yes. And even for not only one, for everybody, when you get an idea from the net, at least we have to endorse it. But the same should not be copy and paste. But we have to rewrite in such a way the gist should be come out. Otherwise, it comes under the plagiarism. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anytime it will stop now. That tomorrow I will post it what I am going to delete because I want to make myself mentally prepared for that one before I could post it. So whether the other people will take or may not take, my class is there.
Where is Dr. Sharad Kumar, sir? No, not visible nowadays.
Because of this Ganesh Chaturthi and many traveling and somebody died in his family and people are busy in that activity. But once I committed. Unless until there is no internet facility, then only I cannot take it out. Otherwise, in the most of the places I do have the internet facility. But before I go over there, I make the facility over there, then I can. Because I went to the Taj Mahal Hotel for the international conference. I thought that the big hotel it will be there, but on that day it is not there. But the second day they kept it out because the seminar is going on, and at the time they make it out the Wi-Fi facility over there in the.
सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा। जय हिंद।
Jai Hind.